Well, hello there, everybody. It's me, the retard. I finally figured out how to use OBS, kinda. Oh shit. Sure, done. Anyways. $19 Fortnite card. Thump. Thump. I think I'm autistic. Fuck you and me, they bite. That's not nice. That's not nice to do that. That's not nice. That is not nice. That is so mean. Oh. I don't really care, it's a bunny. It's a fucking bunny.
Un sabor que sorprende a todos.
Don't worry, Shaq. The General gives you a break, whether it's on your car insurance
or a break from your car accident.
Well, he's married to a 28-year-old. Don't ask Diego what it. Nah, the young one just like buffled men. No, Badger didn't come until after. Yep. Buffo men. The back half lurk. The back half of the 360-degree Vision X more like peripheral vision. It's like, yeah, we can see it, but you know. Zeus. That would be Zeus. Zeus. He's the only relatively normal one other than Scent. The only depressing thing is that he's got deported back to Dominion. So apparently his parents were illegal. Shinzo. Racist ass president. I mean,
Two associates in a pit, I see.
Anyway.
There's cute Catahony mushrooms are in that pit.
Yeah, sure. Oh, ABC. No, I can't. Do you want me to count my associates?
No, I'm good.
Okay, because there's 2 of them.
Oh my goodness.
Could you possibly use that TNT again and enter the mushroom pit?
Sure.
Wait, are you? Wait, no, serious, no, the mushroom pit!
I don't believe you have a mushroom pit, but I do believe you have 2 associates.
Oh, yeah, well, I have 2 associates, but I no longer have a mushroom pit.
Yeah.
I definitely believe you have TNT.
Oh yeah, well 3, 2, 1. I got no TNT anymore.
Okay, well, okay,
What's going on, Sally? Getting rid of a batch? Not quite. So, what's going on? I made a new potion so animals could talk. Oh, and it didn't work? Oh, it did. Turn my ass into a smartass. You're just mad because I beat you at chess. Just lap up the puddle while I reset the board. We're having a rematch. What's going on, Sally? Getting rid of a batch? Not quite. So, what's going on? I made a new potion so animals could talk. Oh, and it didn't work? Oh, it did. Turn my ass into a smartass. You're just mad because I beat you at chess. Just lap up the puddle while I reset the board. We're having a rematch.
They are.
Done. Hold on, man. Let me call you back. Bye.
I'm gonna ask him for directions. Hey, do you know how to get to Kanab from here? That way? Alright, thank you.
Can you move? Hey! Go! Go, 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 go!
Hope it doesn't run into the trash. Oh no.
It made it, it made it. Oh my god!
I gotta hit it. Whoa! I made it!
Why none of you guys are wearing a lift belt? Oh, but we don't usually. Stop what you're doing. You go to the equipment room, you get lift belts and gloves. You use them. Rules are rules, got me?
Sure, okay.
On the double.
Hey, hold up!
Excuse me. I think this belongs to you.
Thank you. Where did you find it?
I need to talk to your manager. I waltzed through security with someone else's ID. Nobody gives me a second look. When the rifle owner shows up, there's no facility-wide badge check. I find access doors left unlocked or propped open, passwords written on Post-it notes. Warehouse workers are using pen and paper instead of electronic inventory devices, which leaves you wide open to pilfering. You got duplicate routing numbers on cargo, surveillance camera blind spots on the north and the east side of the floor, inventory documents that are going into the trash instead of being shredded, not to mention loading equipment being driven at unsafe speeds and crews disregarding safe...
Hold on. Who are you exactly?
Ermintrout, security consultant.
I don't know anything about a security consultant.
Maybe you best call corporate. Try Lydia Rodart Quayle. Why none of you guys are wearing a lift belt?
People who try to lecture others about issues while they themselves...
Finally! Finally!
Whatnot is an app you can download on your smartphone or your tablet where sellers are having live shows 24/7 to bid on all the comics you could ever want. It is pretty
When mech. When mech? Right now.
amazing. And you know what else is pretty
Good.
So you know how literally half of Roblox just got Thanos snapped out of
Finally.
existence yesterday, right? That was my whole big video, right? Which, you know, got a ton of views, which they... Yeah, so much for that. But you know how that situation...
It is January 2025 in Russia's Kursk region, and this is the aftermath.
Oh shit, I think I forgot to stop recording.
There is a Ukrainian soldier
Never mind.
Looking through his thermal goggles, he spots a man who's lying down on the ground in Russian uniform. He approaches him very carefully and reaches for the man's leg to check if he is alive. And then suddenly there is a blood-curdling scream, not in Russian or Ukrainian, but in Korean. The Ukrainian soldier rushes back, and just in time because the North Korean soldier has pulled out a grenade and detonated it against his own head. Later, during the intelligence debrief, his last words were said to be General Kim Jong-un, and he was not the only one across the Kursk front. This was happening again and again. Wounded soldiers killing themselves rather than being captured. Now, to be fair, this is not unique. This has happened in history before. Japanese soldiers would commit seppuku. Tamil tigers carried cyanide pills around their neck, and even Nazi soldiers preferred to kill themselves rather than being captured by the coming Soviet army. North Korean soldiers killing themselves is unlike any of that. I mean, Japanese soldiers were bound by an ancient honor code. Tamil tigers had fierce loyalty to their struggle, and they believed that if they got caught, they might divulge secrets that would destroy their movement. Nazi soldiers were just afraid of being captured and tortured by the Soviet army. But none of these are even close to the reasons for the North Korean soldiers willing to kill themselves rather than being captured. This video is the story of that why, and in order to explain it to you, I have to tell you first, what the hell were North Korean soldiers doing in Russian battlefront in the first place? In June 2024, Kim Jong-un and Vladimir Putin signed a mutual defense treaty. It meant that a mutual military assistance in the event of aggression against either side. Kim called it the most powerful coalition of two countries. 4 months later, 11,000 North Korean soldiers landed in Russia. It was the largest deployment of North Korean forces to a foreign country since the Korean War ended 1 year without a real war. And then in the space of just a few weeks, an entire corps moved across the continent. I mean, these are conscripts. The bulk came from the 11th Corps, known internally as the Storm. It is one of the oldest special operations units in North Korea, tracing its lineage to Unit 124, the commando team that attempted to storm the South Korean presidential residence in 1968. Yes, North Korea once sent a special services unit to set up a base in South Korea and kill the president. Well, it didn't really work, but it is also famously said that the soldiers of Unit 124 from North Korea are trained to sleep on top of dead bodies as part of to say that they are the elite, very much on top of their game, with decades of mountain warfare training and infiltration and sabotage. All of these South Korea's military intelligence arm, which includes snipers, recon specialists, and men trained for covert operations. The question was why? I mean, Russia needed men. I mean, the war in Ukraine had been grinding manpower for over 2 years, and Moscow needed infantry it did not have to recruit or train. For North Korea, it was something else entirely. Pyongyang estimated $620 billion in revenue, cash that they desperate.
I'll give you the day off if you can prove to me you know your finances.
Absolutely, I'll do that.
How many subscriptions are you paying for?
Easy. Netflix and Max, too.
Wait, hold on. Download Rocket Money and see if you're right. So you're actually paying for $25 a month.
Are you serious?
That's right. How much did you spend on food delivery last week?
Can't be much, like 130 maybe.
It was actually $300. I'll give you one more try. How many Max accounts are you paying for?
I mean, it's gotta be one. It can't be.
It should be one. You actually have two.
That cannot be right.
Why do you have two?
On top of that, of course, came military technology transfers, missile guidance systems, and satellite data, and something no amount of money can buy, which is NATO trained Western years of fire. But then the first reports came out of Kursk, and those were devastating. North Korean troops were sent in waves across open ground, and they were casualties. Within 3 months, roughly 40% of the original soldiers were dead or too wounded to fight. There were 1,000 killed and 3,000 were out of action. The problem was that they had arrived using large formation tactics designed for different era. that made them visible to every drone in the sky. They knew no countermeasures, no experience with the weapons, drones that were killing them the fastest. The formations got smaller, the movements got faster. They even started switching helmets and body armor to cut weight so that they could move quickly. They also improvised countermeasures. They studied the drone technology and built tactics around it in the field in real time under fire. And the Ukrainian commanders started saying something new. These men were young and motivated and physically fit. They were brave and they were disciplined and very much morally stable. There was a Ukrainian medic who treated captured North Korean wounded and said that they were more efficient and better prepared than the Russian soldiers he had seen. A military spokesman called them everything you would want in a good infantry. Cannon fodder had become the most effective ground force in the Russian. From the outside, drones shot from above. Casualty figures passed through intelligence and assessments of how they fought and how they died. Nobody had heard. No one was watching. The first glimpse of that came from Ri. Ri was 26, a sniper from Poland. He had served in the Reconnaissance General Bureau since he was about 16. Nearly a decade of military service before he even saw a real war. He was captured on January 9th, 1995, after a drone strike destroyed his unit and the rescue team sent to extract him was killed before he lost consciousness from blood loss, and when he woke up, he was in Ukrainian custody. He was one of two was 21 was a rifleman from the same branch, captured in the same day in the same area, but both were alive only because their injuries made it physically impossible to do what they were trained to do, which was to kill themselves before capture. In February, South Korea's largest newspaper gained access to the detention facility in Ukraine, and what came out of their interviews was the first detailed account of deployment from inside. They described how they They were told that South Korean challenges in coordination. I mean, communication with Russian forces happened through the 7 liaisons in each unit. On the ground, however, between individual soldiers, there was almost nothing. When he wanted to speak to Russians around him, he had to use a translation app on a smartphone. But there was also one more thing that followed Reed through his parents. I mean, if the government found out that he was alive, his parents would lose their job. He knew that. When he was asked about the grenade and being captured, he did not say that he was and he just sort of implied that it was the only way to keep his family safe. And then something even more personal came, which was a notebook. On December 21st, 2024, 3 weeks before Reed was captured, Ukrainian Special Operation Forces got into a firefight. On one of the bodies, they found a diary, and they released page-by-page over the following weeks. The soldier's name was Yong Yong, Special Forces, and Russian documents listed him as Tuan, but the DNA confirmed what the handwriting already had made very obvious, that he was from North Korea. And the first pages to read the public were the tactical entries. There is a stick figure sketch in blue titled How to Neutralize a Drone with 3 figures for one in position. One meters from the drone until it stops moving. 2 others wait and 10 to 12 meters behind, ready to shoot. If the bait does not move, the drone does not move, and that is when they fire. Besides it, they also had instructions for surviving artillery. If you were smaller groups and move or hide in the crater of a previous impact. Artillery does not strike the same spot twice. But it wasn't all. On December 9th, 12 days before he was killed, Yong wrote a birthday letter to his comrade Song Jin-myung, and he said that I'm longing for my homeland, the embrace of his father and mother. Here on Russian land, I celebrate the birthday of my closest comrade. Elsewhere, he described how he had been promoted to sergeant major, and then he committed what the regime considered a betrayal. He does not specify exactly what that was, but he just wrote that his homeland gave him a path to rebirth. His deployment was not really a reward, but it may have been a sentence. And it was a confession. It was a monthly life report, self-criticism document that Korean soldiers had to submit regularly. Jong wrote that while working in the barracks, he stole from the Russians, and he felt guilty about it. And the template that he used to confess, which is self-criticism addressed to the head of state, followed him thousands of miles from home into a foreign war, into a notebook he carried. It is important to mention that self-criticisms are Korea, whether you are working in government or working in the military, once a week you have to stand up on the stage and criticize all the things that you did wrong and all the things that you saw other people doing wrong. But apart from that, there is one thing that we see recurring in every aspect, whether it is the notebook, the interviews, and that is family. I mean, important thing to note is that in North Korea, capture is betrayal. That is everybody knows it. However, that betrayal does not stop the soldier. It extends to his family, his parents, his siblings. Under the Songwon system, one person's act can downgrade an entire family's classification. At best, that means expulsion from Pyongyang, which is losing access to food and electricity and hospitals and everything that makes life livable. At worst, it means perhaps generations. I mean, Ri knew it, and he said it very plainly that if he found out that he had been kept alive, his parents would not be able to stay in Pyongyang. He had not seen them. Standing between them and he lived or died. This is what makes this different from every other historical precedent. I mean, Japanese soldiers killed themselves for honor. The shame of capture disgraced their name. Tamil Tigers followed China to protect their organization. A fighter German soldiers last bullet because they feared what the Soviets would do to them. In every case, the threat or from shame. These soldiers were not afraid of the enemy. I mean, the enemy treated them better than anyone expected. They were afraid of their own government. The grenade was not really pointed at Ukraine, it was pointed at home. A lot of people think that North Korea is on the brink of collapse, and this is a recurring theme that we see after every 2 years. But the thing is that there are a number of different things that North Korea has done that have made it way efficient and stronger in the regime that they have right now. And they learned it from the Soviet Union. We'll talk about that in another video, and if you're interested, you can watch it here. If you like this video, please let me know down below in the comments, and I will see you in the next one.
Spring. Things out here have gotten a little too comfortable. It's time. Run it until the grass becomes a lawn. Until the hedges duck the cover. Then run it again. Right now, get up to $50 off select AK batteries.
The outpost of Barton 4, as the former member of the Bad Batch, Crosshair, is dragging the clone commander Mayday through the snow. The two of them chase down a group of bandits, stealing Imperial supplies. They fail as an avalanche plowed down from the mountain, catching them both in a sudden storm. Crosshair was able to find his way out of the snow, and he dragged Mayday, who was in and out of consciousness, all the way back to base, where the Imperials were waiting. On this base were Lieutenant Nolan and around 30 TK stormtroopers, the earliest type of human conscripted soldiers for the Empire. These stormtroopers would take the hundreds of armor crates stored here back to Coruscant. Some of them known as Crosshair and Mayday. The crates, then spun Crosshair and Mayday, as Mayday fell hard to the ground, nearly dying. But Nolan offered no sympathy, as Crosshair was nearly taken from him. right beside them, only to quickly learn how terribly these men treat veteran soldiers. And as Gus heard Nolan
Bro, what the fuck?
the galaxy from the Separatists, and this is how they are treated. Gus heard Mayday cough violently, and Crosshair went to feel his pulse, and Gus knew it was time to make a choice. Would he let an Imperial lieutenant do this, or would he stand up for his fellow soldier? Nolan smugly said this clone served his purpose, and Gus could only wonder what would happen if Stern would already started in the army. His own brother had joined. No, this was not what he was here to fight for. So Gus pulled out his blaster and fired at Nolan. The first shot missed, and Nolan quickly turned, but Gus fired again, shooting right through Nolan's chest. And as Nolan fell, Gus yelled at the other men to immediately get a stretcher and a medic ready. Injecting him with a stim, getting back and blowing into him quickly. Nolan was coughing on the ground, and the last thing he saw were the clones and the soldiers working together to save one man. It wasn't him. Around an hour later, Mayday was finally stabilized, and Crosshair was alone with Gus. Crosshair was that was on a lot of Stormtroopers' minds. What actually happened? No. The rumors were that Crosshair and the other Bad Batch members were there when the storm took it down. And Crosshair now completely lost the Empire. Destroyed by order of the Emperor himself. Crosshair told Gus that he's a good man, a good soldier, and if he knows what's best, he'll stop serving the Empire. And that would be the last that Gus ever sees of Crosshair, at least for a long while, as he ultimately took responsibility for the murder of Nolan, as Crosshair wanted to save the Empire takes its clone prisoners. In the weeks that passed, Gus would stay in the Empire, hoping Barton Ford would what this was all about. But as more clone were arrested for reasons no one understood, and only Gus knew the truth about what happened on Kamino. And so Gus would begin to spread the word of the destruction of Kamino. Whispers ran through the barracks, actually the Empire public beneath the surface.
Captain 724, enemy phase 2000.
The Empire conquered them so easily. The men who helped win the Clone Wars. Who was to say?
What's up, everybody? My name is Bree Hall, and we're gonna go through what's in my bag. First thing in my bag is some granola bars. Second thing in my bag is a water bottle. Gotta stay hydrated. Last but not least, my backpack.
Do the same to the new recruits. Gus knew he was walking a dangerous line, but word of Gus's descent reached those loyal to the Clone Uprising, including Senator Barlow, one of the few senators who'd stood up for the clones. Chuchi had already been in hiding, her open defiance of the Empire's treatment of the clones, making her a target. And when Gus and his 30 most loyal men found her, she was operating in the shadows, gathering what information she could about the clones' fate. She led them deep into Coruscant's underworld, and here, Gus would meet with Rex.
Okay, but your girl have this? Alternative color. Retro. And my favorite.
Why are there like 6 of these bags in the trash? I don't know. Must have been the bags these candies came in. Boss, these are laxatives. It can't be laxatives. I've been eating 10 or 15 a day all week, and I've been having a glorious bowel movement every evening. You've been taking 15 times the recommended dose. And to think, all this week I've been singing the praises of the bugler Mabel for sounding the march of the Colon soldiers with such beautiful regularity. Your friend set this up as a prank, boss. You've eaten enough every day to qualify as a poisoning. All week long, it's been so easy, not too hard, not too soft. It's normally every 3 days I'd drop a spiky Pringles can. Boss? And I've been saving a fortune on toilet paper, not having to stem the red tide from my broken brown eye. Boss! I get nosebleeds from pushing so hard. Yeah? You just found out that your friend practically poisoned you for a prank. Why are you not mad? I'm not mad because my bowels have just had the best week of my life. Save the package for that. We're getting more. All right, boss. We're ready to close down for the week and... Sis.
I think I might break my record on whatnot. This should be like $40,000 worth of candy.
The buy was full of
all my mates? Yeah. There's no smoking allowed. Without me? Yeah. The bar closes in an hour. But it's daylight savings. Yeah. The cops came to the bar. They're fucking strippers. Yeah. My best friend's no longer with us. He's with some hookers. Yeah. The bar is full of all my mates. Yeah. There's no smoking allowed.
Oh, hell no. That ain't my baby. And the people always told me, be careful what you do. Don't go around breaking young girls' hearts. Yeah, mother always told me, be careful who you love. Be careful what you do. Because love becomes the truth.
Barbara, I'm Agent Black. I'm with the FBI. You know, I don't see the Asian, but if I squint, I can see the black. Even if that is what I meant, why would I introduce myself like that? This is Agent Black with the FBI.
Marries a woman who identifies as a man. Is that a straight couple?
Man, what the fuck is you?
Wait, that's a really good question, actually.
You're as stupid as me.
Knuckles, can't you two get along for once?
Nuh-uh. Not while she keeps calling me names.
Oh, come on, it's not that big. You're allowed to.
That settles it. Let's take this fight somewhere else. Forgot I'm not as fast as Sonic. All right, now that we're here, it's time to do that. Sorry about that. I've had too much tacos for lunch. Anyway, moving on. Chaos Emeralds, then so am I. Here's your cuss word of the day. Fucking blast! That went much better than I expected. I hope Sonic is doing something serious. If a man who identifies as a woman marries a woman who identifies as a man, is that a
That's a really good question, actually. Knuckles, can't you two get along for once?
Nuh-uh. Not while she keeps calling me names.
Oh, come on, it's not that big. You're allowed to use force.
That settles it. Let's take this fight somewhere else. Forgot I'm not as fast as Sonic. All right, now that we're here, it's time to show you what I can. Since when could she do that? No matter. Sorry about that. I've had too much tacos for lunch. Anyway, moving on. If Sonic can do this without the Chaos Emeralds, then so
Now, if you played Elden Ring, then you'll know about the great warrior Jar Alexander. And you may have looked at this big old pot and thought, I think I have a perfect place to bust a nut. Well, breeding with this plump sword may not be as difficult as you might imagine. You see, the innards of these pots are the flesh of bodies that they collect. In fact, after Alexander stuffed himself with the dead bodies of great warriors, he progressively became stronger and greater. So not only would breeding be pleasurable because of the soft and fleshy sensation, but it might even feel greater because of the mighty bodies that you would feel when you stuff yourself inside. But there is no way.
You guys do kilograms here, right? Hi, sir. Can I return this? Yeah, sure, no problem. Is there anything wrong with it? No. Bro, it is so broken. Okay, nah, I'm good. Let's just hope he doesn't open it. God damn it. Oh, you don't have to open it. Oh, don't worry, I just gotta check to see if the item's inside. The toaster's in there. You see it. Yeah, I do see it. Then why are you taking it out? You know, I don't know why I'm taking it out. I usually never do that. Then why are you doing it now? Did it come like this? We've been caught red-handed! Just surrender and confess, man! Yes. It came exactly like that when I bought it. What am I doing? It's only gonna get worse! I'm so sorry to hear that. Let me get my manager for you. Thank you. The manager is coming! The manager is coming! Hi, sir. Eric just told me about the terrible experience you've had. Just wanted to apologize for our mistake in the...
I don't really understand. The cannibalism thing? Like, if you eat them, they're gone. Then you don't get to love them anymore. Like, they'll always be a part of me. No, you shot them all last week.
Everything okay back here, boss? I thought I heard an explosion.
Well, you did after.
So let's say DC and you're York peppermint patties.
My grandma loved York peppermint patties. And former New York Governor Andrew Cuomo's order to put COVID patients in nursing homes resulted in the death of 15,000 seniors, her included. Andrew Cuomo killed my grandmother. I actually don't care for these very much. I'm gonna give them an F. York peppermint patties. My grandma loved.
Hey, I am Jonathan Adler, and I am happy to introduce you to my...
I had to piss, but when I was walking into the restroom, a woman stopped me and said, "You can't do that." I told her I had to piss, and she just repeated, "You can't do that." So I asked why. She looked at me dead in the eyes, a reproachful and knowing look growing across her face. And then I woke up. Thank you, Dream Bathroom Guardian Lady. Without you, maybe I would have pissed my pants in my sleep. I had to piss.
Along with the clones still working with Rex, after the Empire announced that the clones were officially being phased out.
We invited passionate soccer fans to push Nissan vehicles to the limit.
What did you want to say?
Since you already know about
Piss.
Verity, I assume that you know what we turn into.
Well, I do, but you're not like him, right?
Thank you, Sonic Adventure.
Sonic Adventure?
Because, you were on a Sonic Adventure, right?
Oh yeah, right.
You live and you learn, Furball. My back!
I think you're getting old for this, Ump.
And you are successfully copied. Something tells me that's not a zombie.
You're going from Resident Evil to residential home, old man. Did this not just parry my projectiles?
Time to show you what I'm made of. Thank you, Sonic Adventure.
Sonic Adventure?
Because, you were on a Sonic Adventure. Adventure?
Sonic Adventure?
Because, you were on a Sonic Adventure, right?
Oh yeah, right.
You live and you learn, Furball. My back!
I think you're getting old for this, Unc.
Leon Kennedy.
And you are?
Biodata successfully copied.
Something tells me that's not a zombie.
You're going from Resident Evil to residential home, old man. Did this not projectile?
She stole my snack. I swapped it spicy. We have got a snack thief at work. Fridge is shared, so stuff goes missing sometimes. But mine kept vanishing. Always the chips, never the sandwich, never the fruit, just the snack. At first, I thought maybe someone grabbed it by mistake, but it kept happening. Same brand, same
Got
time.
attacked by a rabid animal today.
Sure, it was one specific coworker who always stayed late and forgot her lunch. So I grabbed a bag of ghost pepper chips, a pack, and emptied them into my usual chip bag. Sealed it back up nice and neat, stuck it in my lunchbox like nothing changed. Around 1 p.m., I heard this loud coughing fit in the break room, like full-on choking, water being poured, someone trying not to die. She comes back, red-faced, watery eyes, and totally in silence. Didn't even look at me, sat at her desk the rest of the day not saying a word. I nearly choked on my food trying not to laugh. Haven't lost a snack since. She stole my snack. I swapped it spicy. We got a snack thief at work. Fridge is shared, so stuff goes missing sometimes. But mine kept vanishing. Always the chips, never the sandwich, never the fruit, just the snack. At first, I thought maybe someone grabbed it by mistake, but it kept happening. Same brand, same time of day. And I'm 99% sure it was one specific coworker who always stayed late and forgot her lunch. So I grabbed and emptied them into my usual chip bag, sealed it back up nice and neat, stuck it in my lunchbox like nothing changed. Around 1 p.m., I hear this loud coughing in the break room, like full-on choking, water being poured, someone trying not to die. She comes back, red-faced, watery eyes, and totally in silence. Didn't even look at me, sat at her desk the rest of the day not saying a word. I nearly choked on my food trying not to laugh. Haven't lost a snack since. She stole my snack. I swapped it spicy. We have got a snack thief at work. Fridge is shared sometimes, but mine kept vanishing. Never the sandwich, never the fruit, just the snack. First, I thought maybe someone grabbed it by mistake, but it kept happening. Same brand, same time of day. And I'm 99% sure it was one specific coworker who always stayed late and forgot her lunch. So I grabbed a bag of ghost pepper chips, a pack, and emptied them into my usual chip bag. Sealed it back up nice and neat, stuck it in my lunchbox like nothing changed. Around 1 p.m., I hear this loud coughing fit in the break room, like full-on choking, water being poured, someone trying not to die. She comes back, red-faced, watery eyes, and totally silent. Didn't even look at me, sat at her desk the rest of the day not saying a word. I choked on my food trying not to laugh. Haven't lost a snack since. She stole my snack. I swapped it spicy. We got a snack thief at work. The stuff goes missing sometimes, but mine kept vanishing. Always the chips, never the sandwich, never the fruit, just the snack. At first, I thought maybe someone grabbed it by mistake, but it kept happening. Same brand, same time of day. And I'm 99% sure it was one specific coworker who always stayed late and forgot her lunch. So I grabbed a bag of ghost pepper chips, a pack, and emptied them into my back up nice and neat, stuck in my lunchbox like nothing changed. Around 1 p.m., I hear this loud coughing fit in the break room, like full-on choking, water being poured, someone trying not to die. She comes back, red-faced, watery eyes, and totally in silence. Didn't even look at me, sat at her desk the rest of the day not saying a word. I nearly choked on my food trying not to laugh. Haven't lost a snack since. I swapped it spicy. We have got a snack thief at work. Originally, stuff was missing sometimes, but mine kept vanishing. Always the chips, never the sandwich, never the fruit, just the snack. At first, I thought maybe someone grabbed it by mistake, but it kept happening. Same brand, same time of day. I'm 99% sure it was one specific coworker who always stayed late and forgot her lunch. So I grabbed a bag of ghost pepper chips, a packy, and emptied them into my usual chip bag. Sealed it back up nice and neat, stuck it in my lunchbox like nothing changed. Around 1 p.m., I hear this loud coughing fit in the break room, like full-on choking, water being poured, someone trying not to die. She comes back, red.
Say, why is this wall so tall? This fish has a gun. Not fish.
Center maintain 2 zones.
No, it may come as a shock to you. He's actually Australian. And now that you've got that piece of information, absolutely no big surprise to you when I tell you the reason it's packing heat That's a problem.
I am under the water.
Last I checked, the motherfucker can't.
She stole it.
Siri, what? This bad boy is an archerfish, and based on the description, you probably assume that Faye spins here. But no, it may come as a shock to you. He's actually Australian. And now that you've got that piece of information, it should come as absolutely no surprise to you when I tell you the reason it's packing heat is bugs. These bugs love eating insects. And specifically, they quite enjoy bugs found in the air. 9,000 IQ individuals among you may have figured out that's a problem because it's a fucking fish.
Hello, how are you? I am under the water.
Last I checked, the motherfucker can't just swim through the air, which is why it's range me. But when I said
Episode 24, right? Cinema Phase 2000.
it's more a super sight. See, when an archerfish spots a catfish hovering over the water, they will gently float their way up to just below the surface. They then lock onto their target, adjust for wind, and then suck in the water and spit it up to 3 meters, nailing the target. And as it turns out, water gun is a super effective move. Knocking the insect into the water, the archerfish just swims over and grabs it like a fucking snack. But the thing that cracks me up about this is that, yeah, they do it all the time. They can also do it purely to fuck with people. This fish.
Alright, Giggle, what's the budget for this video?
Picked up this
Episode 24, right? Cinema Phase 2000.
I don't know, that's what he said. He saw me shit and cried again because he can't do that. So we're in the Walmart parking lot. I'm probably an idiot, but I'm teaching him this. He knows how to drive a stick shift now. I hope my boy forgives me. We made a plan. He's gonna buy an old motorcycle with the money he was saving for a rig and fix it up. Holy crap, I don't know if you remember me. You picked me up when you were driving a Lyft. I was having a very good night and I didn't want to live anymore. You were nice to me and taught me how to drive a stick shift. Who does that? I wanted to tell you I bought that motorcycle. Your second child soon. Oh boy, I never forgot you. You'll probably never see this. I need to send it anyway to thank you for saving my life. I'm so happy to see you made it too. Picked up this snot-crying 22-year-old tonight whose girlfriend dumped him for being a I don't know, that's what he said. He saw me shit and cried again because he can't do that. So we're in the Walmart parking lot.
You want to know before you start playing, you and a group of friends decide what features the creature has to have to be considered a vampire, i.e. feeding off the living and having fangs. Once you decide on the parameters, your goal is to think of as many characters as you possibly can that fit that description. Characters that, traditionally speaking, are not considered vampires. For example, a vampire has to feed off the living and have pointed fangs, which in turn means that Godzilla is a vampire. And mind you, you can play this game with other mythological creatures. This particular version is however, I would also like to add that mosquitoes, leeches, and Ghastly from Pokemon are all vampires. What other creatures do you think are vampires that are technically not vampires? Let me know in the comments. You want to know a dumb game you can play with friends? Vampire is not a vampire. Basically, the way it works is before you start playing, you and your group of friends decide what features a creature has to have in order to be considered a vampire, i.e. feeding off the living and having fangs. Once you decide on the parameters, your goal is to think of as many characters as you possibly can that fit that description. Characters that, traditionally speaking, are not considered vampires. For example, a vampire has to feed off the living and have pointed fangs, which in turn means that Godzilla is a vampire. And mind you, you can play this game with other This particular version is just my favorite. However, I would also like to add that mosquitoes, leeches, and Ghastly from Pokemon are all vampires too. What other creatures do you think are vampires that are technically not vampires? Let me know in the comments. You want to know a dumb game you can play with your friends? Vampire or not a vampire? Basically, the way it works is before you start playing.
I'm too busy doom scrolling, bro. I'm too busy doom scrolling. Right, I gotta blow up the bridge guard.
Pretty amazing. And you know what else is pretty dope? You can search their marketplace for purchase it while someone's buying it now. So if you're looking for comics, manga, or comic art, you need to download Whatnot like that.
I'm not coming on Saturday. I'm strapped for cash.
I've loved you before. In a couple of other lifetimes, and I'm sorry to the love.
Noah, how many Huna? I need artillery pieces.
we doing that bit again?
Bit again? Stop biting me.
Playground? Yeah, it's on the ground.
Playground? I don't feel like getting dirty.
Airplane? Yeah, that's where it goes.
Airplane? Yeah, I don't see anything unusual about it. C4? No, that's the third letter in the alphabet.
Oh my god.
C4? No, you didn't hit my battleship. Seamen? Yeah, I'm in the Navy.
Counter-terrorists? Yeah, they fucked up my kitchen.
Damn goddamn counter-terrorists. I got the cargo bob so we can get Linder.
Cargo Bob. Cargo Road. Shipment. Where's the shipment go? Shipment? How minty is it? Los Santos. Where did Santos go?
Oh, Santos? How'd you lose him? Now I'm just thinking with my noodle, right?
Thinking with your noodle? Yeah, men do that.
Do that? Yeah, that's a thing.
That's the thing? Yeah, he's in the Fantastic Four. Fantastic Four? What are you, a pedophile? Took a turn? Are you a zombie?
Took a turn? Are you my Uber?
Took a turn? Yeah, you just passed the go.
Took a turn? Yeah, you just landed on my property. Give me $300.
Property? I don't feel like property.
Property? What are you, English? Be shot at.
Be shot at? What do you do?
He was asking for it.
Asking for it? Yeah, okay. Mommy's mode, like Homelander. But how?
Are we doing that bit again?
Bit again? Stop biting me.
Playground? Yeah, it's on the ground.
Playground? I don't feel like getting dirty.
Airplane? Yeah, that's where it goes.
Airplane? Yeah, I don't see anything unusual about it. C4? No, that's the alphabet.
Oh my god.
C4? No, you didn't hit my battleship. Yeah, I'm in the Navy.
Counter-terrorists? Yeah, they fucked up my kitchen.
Them goddamn counter-terrorists. Cargo bob so we can get Linder.
Cargo Bob. Cargo shipment. Where's the shipment to go? Shipment? How minty is it? Where did Santos go?
Oh, Santos? How'd you lose him? With my noodle, right?
Yeah, men. Fantastic Four.
What the fuck?
Are you my Uber?
Took a turn? Yeah, you just passed go.
Took a turn? Yeah, you just landed on my property. Give me $300.
Property? I don't feel like popping a titty.
Property? What are you, English? She was asking for it.
Yeah, I'm a man of consent. Asking for it, me when I went mommy's mode, like Homelander. Homelander? Home on ground. Why does it need to land?
I was in the bathroom and all I heard Are we doing that bit again?
Bit again? Stop biting me.
Playground? Yeah, it's on the ground.
Playground? I don't feel like getting
Airplane? Yeah, that's where it goes.
Airplane? Yeah, I don't see anything unusual about it. C4? No, that's the third letter in the alphabet.
Oh my god.
C4? No, you didn't hit my battleship. Seamen? Yeah, I'm in the Navy.
Counter-terrorists? Yeah, they fucked up my kitchen.
If you shoot someone in self-defense, here's what to say to the 911 operator according to a criminal defense attorney. First of all, he says, don't actually call 911. Call if possible. The 911 operators are actually trained to keep You'll end up dissecting that phone call. We'll analyze whether you were too calm, whether you were too excited, your tone of voice. If there's not someone there to make that call, you must make the call yourself. Say as little as possible and hang up. Your location, the risk in a shooting, that you need police and an ambulance. That's it. Do not describe what happened. If he had a knife or anything like that. All of that will be used and could be potentially twisted. Do not talk yourself, tell them you are the one who called, then say something as simple and to the point as this. I was and I had to defend myself. Before I give my statement. That's it. You are not being difficult. You are not obstructing anything. You are exercising a constitutional right that exists for moments exactly like this. Information, but it's better to know it and not know it. If you self-defense, here's what to say to the 911
creator of Full Metal Alchemist released a new anime. Demons of the Shadowlands is looking like one of my top watches. 4.9 rating. The animation studio is Studio Bones, who also did Full Metal Alchemist, My Hero Academia, and Soul Eater. The story follows Yuru and Asa, twins that were separated at a very young age and must find their way back to each other. Along their journey, they learn about the prophesized power to control special creatures known as demons, and they need to use that power to save the world. This anime season is absolutely
Holy shit, Puddles, you dumbass. I love him.
Towards me. She hears you. And she's walking towards me. He's coming. Almost.
workout plan is to just help you get stronger, but I designed this one to unlock the strongest version of you, physically, mentally, and spiritually. All you need are dumbbells, 4 days a week. And we're gonna build real life strength, dial in nutrition to feel great. And in 40 days, you're gonna look different, look more different. Try for free. Link in bio.
This is just a friendly reminder that at level 10, monks become immune to poison, which on its own is not that terrifying. Consider the fact that it also applies to
Episode 24, right? Cinemain Phase 2000.
brass knuckles made out of uranium, which of course would then lead to all of your enemies perishing from blunt force trauma or bone cancer. Like, just hear me out. Imagine a vast army lying in wait for their opponents. But rather than a platoon, they see a single man who glows with the light of a burning sun. They must then bear witness as the surrounding forest withers and decays, as do their fellow soldiers. Eventually, nothing is left but a single monk who looks back towards his party and raises a thumbs up. And by the way, this concept also applies to dwarves because they're resistant to poison. Meaning that if you technically create nuclear Gimli with an axe made of radium, just out there giving people cancer while they blast diggy hole on them. And now, in hindsight, Wizards of the Coast should never have given me this level of power. It's going to make it everybody else's problem. This is just your friendly reminder that at level 10, monks become immune to poison, which on its own is not that terrifying until you consider the fact that this also applies to poisoning. Meaning that your monk could technically have a meteor hammer made out of a demon, brass knuckles made out of uranium, which of course would then lead to all of your enemies perishing from blunt force trauma or like, just hear me out. Imagine a vast army lying in wait for their opposition to come marching over the hill, but rather than a platoon, they see a single man who glows with the light of a burning sun.
Episode 24, right? Cinemain Phase 2000.
Where are you going?
Cinemain Phase 2000.
Where are you going?
We are happy to announce our latest series, Fogland. Oh, this mod will look sick. What's it about? Fogland follows Dante, a teacher who believes that everyone with a background deserves an education. Driven by this conviction, Dante continues to teach in Fogland, the prison which houses the world's most important. Oh my gosh. This prison is like Arkham Asylum on steroids. I don't know how this teacher thinks he can change these criminals. They're straight up psycho. So why is it called Fogland anyway? Well, it's because of a drug called fog. In the story, Dante is captured by these criminals who have gained insane powers from fog. And since he's a science teacher, they want him to make even more fog. Wait, so the criminals are making Dante make more fog? Yes, exactly. The criminals were inspired from a TV show. This looks awesome. Where can I read it? Audio and a convenient way to read vertically. Webster is the best platform to read manhwa series like Fogland. They even have video episodes, motion graphics, and voice acting. You can download Webster from the App Store and Google Play Store. Do you like cocaine?
I prefer to start my conversations with hello, but maybe I'm just old school.
Hi, do you like cocaine?
No, but something tells me you do. Could be just a hunch, though.
Well, that's rude. How about you ask me before you assume something like that?
Do you like cocaine?
Absolutely, 100% yes.
Two vegans quarrel with each other. Is that still considered a beef? Or
If I'm going to hell for laughing at this comment section, then so are you. Where do you hear yourself in 10 years? Still blind. At what age did you find out you're black? I'm black? Do you cover your eyes when you're counting and hide and seek? Yes. Do you say see you later? What do you do if the braille says do not touch? Try not to panic. Do you jump when you been tricked into eating pineapple on a pizza. I actually have. Have people come home to complete darkness, switch the light on just to find you sitting there? My girlfriend has. How many pictures am I holding up? I wish I could answer like this.
How many things am I holding up? No. How many am I holding up?
Have you ever walked into the wrong apartment or house? Oh no. Nobody is around you when you need a sneaky fart.
Gabby 724, Roger. Send a maintain
Have you ever
2000.
been offered a job as a
Send a maintain 2000.
Do your dreams have subtitles? I can't read. At what point did you go bald? I take my hairline very seriously. Blind people. Just understand that every blind person is what we say rather than putting us all under the same umbrella. You know what? That's a good one to end on. If I'm going to hell for laughing at this comment section, then so are you. Where do you hear yourself in still blind? At what age did you find out you're black?
Gabby 724, Roger. Send a maintain 2000. Send a maintain 2000. 2000. Maintain 2071. Gabby 724, roger. 2000. Maintain 2000. Gabby 724, roger. Center maintain 2000. Maintain 724, roger. Center maintain 2000. Maintain 2000.
That took way longer than needed. Fucking hell, this lag. Sorry for the extra audios. I got too busy playing this game that I forgot the scroll in my Doom scroll. God, I'm gonna hate playing tryhard. Okay, Merlot. Oh shit, 2 hours?